Hi everyone, it's Van. Hope you're all doing okay and keeping well and having a nice Monday so far. Today I'm bringing you a kind of mini book haul of some books I've recently purchased, and there's some paperbacks and hardbacks, some standalones, some part of a series, and so I'll jump straight into it. First up is book 3 of a memoir by Lady Trent, which is Voyage of the Basilisk by Marie Brennan. What's that one? I have got the other two upstairs on my small bookcase in the bedroom. I haven't read them yet, so I'll just give a quick glimpse of the back of the book. And there's that one. I do like the cover on this one. I think it's quite beautiful. So I'm looking forward to getting round to reading the Lady Trent series by Marie Brennan. Obviously when I can, but I'm very much looking forward to those. I also bought some other books by Marie Brennan, which is I think it's called the Onyx Knight series. I was able to get book 1 and book 3 off Amazon, but the second book wasn't available at the time of me ordering. So I think I've got that off Awesome Books, and I think it might be in one of the packages I've got to open. I arrived today. But this is the first one, and it's Marie Brennan, Midnight Never Come. And I'm pretty sure it's called, is it the Onyx Court or Onyx Knight series, I think. Anyway, that's the first cover. That's the cover of the first book. And I'm pretty sure I've got this right. I'm sure it's book 1. Yeah, book 1. And this one says, England flourishes under the hand of Elizabeth I, last of the Tudor monarchs, but a great light casts a great shadow. In hidden catacombs beneath London, a second queen holds court. Invidiana, ruler of fairy England, and a dark mirror to the glory above. In the 30 years since Elizabeth ascended her throne, they and mortal politics have become inextricably entwined in secret alliances and ruthless betrayals, whose existence is suspected only by a few. When the fairy Lady Loon is sent to monitor and manipulate Elizabeth's spymaster, Walsingham, her path crosses that of Michael Devon, a mortal gentleman and agent of Walsingham's. His discovery of the hidden player in English politics will test Loon's loyalty and Devon's courage alike. Will she betray her queen for the sake of a world that is not hers? And can he survive in the Machiavellian world of the Fae? Only together will they be able to find the source of Invidiana's power, find it and break it. And that's that one. That sounds pretty good. That sounds really good. Again, the second one might be in one of the parcels, and if it is, I'll show you at the end of the video. This is book 3 of the series, The Onyx Court. That's that one. I'm going to show you a quick, brief look at the back. And if this, the second one is in one of the parcels what arrived today, obviously I'll show you the second book, but that's the third one. That's those three. I apologise if you hear any background noise, household noise. Next up we have the, I think it's hardbacks, I'm not sure. Maybe mix hardbacks and paperbacks. Anyway, this one's Gunk by Saber Sams, or Saber Sams. I do apologise if I mispronounce anyone's names. That's that one. This one says, Jules has been divorced from Leon for 5 years, but she still works alongside him at Gunk, the gratis student nightclub he owns in central Brighton. She spends her nights serving shots and watching from behind the bar as Leon flirts with students on the dance floor. In the early hours of the morning, she paces home to sleep. But then Leon hires 19-year-old Nim to work the bar with Jules. Nim, with her shaved head and steady paw, her disarming sweetness and sudden distance, and Jules finds herself darted awake. When Nim discovers she's pregnant, Jules agrees to help. As the months pass and the relationship between the two women grows increasingly, as the months pass and the relationship between the two women grows increasingly intimate and perplexing, it emerges that Nim has her own unexpected gifts to give. Now alone in a small flat, Jules is holding a baby, just 24 hours old, who still smells of Nim, but no one knows where Nim is or if she's coming back. What could the future for Jules, Nim and this unnamed baby possibly look like? Raw, exhilarating, tender and wise, Gunk is an electrifying debut novel exploring love and desire, safety and destruction, chaos and control, and family in all its forms. That's that one. Next up we have Mal Hader, Pig Island. What's that one? No, I did order another Mal Hader book now. Whether that's in one of them parcels, I'm not sure, but we'll find out later on. But that's that one. And this one says, journalist Joe Oakes makes a living exposing supernatural hoaxes. A born skeptic, he believes everything has a rational explanation. But when he visits a secretive religious community on a remote Scottish island, everything he thought he knew is overturned. Questions mount. Why has the community been accused of Satanism? What has happened to their leader, Pastor Malachi Dove? And perhaps most important, why will no one discuss the strange apparition seen wandering the lonely beaches of Pig Island? Their confrontation and its violent and bloody aftermath is so catastrophic that it forces Oakesy to question the nature of evil and whether he might not be responsible for the terrible crime about to unfold. In her compulsive and haunting new novel, Mal Hader dares her readers to face their fears head-on and to look at what lurks beneath the surface of everyday normality. Pig Island is about the unspeakable things people can do to each other. Brace yourself for a terrifying read. And I'll go in, this sounds really good. I have read Mal Hader in the past. I can't for the life of me remember what book I read now. as it's been a while back. But I think I've only read one by Mo either. But I've heard nothing but good stuff and good things about her works for years. And I wish I could remember the one I read, but nothing's recollecting, nothing. I can't remember which one of hers I read. But yeah, I got this one second hand. I'm not sure if it's off World of Books, I think it was. So I'm very much looking forward to that one. Next up, me and my partner popped out the other day and looking a couple of charity shops while we was out, and I found this one for 50p. Mark Morris, Vampire Circus, a book by Hammer. Just a quick note, me and my partner are great fans of Hammer. The Vampire Circus, the film itself, is a fantastic film, one of my favourites. Now, whether this is a book adaptation of the film, I've got a feeling it is, which is why I'm very much looking forward to reading it. But yeah, we love Hammer films. You know, the late great Peter Cushing, Christopher Lee. Just great fans of Hammer itself, and very much enjoy them. Every time I watch them, I've got quite a collection of Hammer films, and always thoroughly enjoy watching them. So this is Vampire Circus, and I'll read the back now. Tagline says, "Your children will die, your community will die, to give me back my life." Sorry. The small rural community of Shettle has fallen into a decline. It is rife with crime and its inhabitants plagued by ill fortune. When the circus of nights arrives, the people are drawn to it like moths to a flame. It's as though they are bewitched. Only 4 men realise that there is something terribly wrong, and as the town is enclosed in a barrier of sickness through which no one can enter or leave, they must do their utmost to protect their loved ones before it's too late. Yeah. I mean, the film, again, I'm not sure if it's based on a film or not, or just made homage to the film. But the film is fantastic, absolute classic, and thoroughly recommend if you haven't watched it. So that's the Vampire Circus. Next up, I had Storyland, A New Mythology of Britain by Amy Jeffs. And I think I had this off World of Books, I think it was. And that's that one. And this one says, tagline is, soaked in mist and old magic, Storyland is a new illustrated mythology of Britain set in its wildest landscapes. It begins between the creation and Noah's flood, follows the footsteps of the earliest generation of giants, from an age where the children of Cain and the progeny of fallen angels walked the earth, to the founding of Britain, England, Wales and Scotland, the birth of Christ, the wars between Britons, Saxons and Vikings, and closes with the arrival of the Normans. These are retellings of medieval tales of legend, landscape and the yearning to belong, inhabited with characters now half remembered, told with narrative flair, embellished in stunning artworks and glossed with a rich and erudite commentary. We visit beautiful sacred places that include prehistoric monuments like Stonehenge, mountains such as Snowdon, and rivers including the storied silted Thames, in a vivid collection of tales of a land steeped in myth. And that's that one. I'll try and find something. Oh, sorry. I'll try and see what the some of the Miss R's isn't. Oh, there's quite a few. Here's a list of some of the myths and legends of the British Isles. I'm very much looking forward to this. You know, I've always had a fascination for mythology. You know, not just mythology like, you know, based around Britain, but myths and legends of the world, if you like. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that. So those are some of the second-hand books. This was new off Amazon, but there was a second-hand. Now, these arrived today, so I'm not. I think when I ordered them, they was in good condition or very good condition. I can't remember now. So I have no idea what these are going to be like when I open them. Fingers crossed they'll be in pretty good condition. I don't mind if you know, they're a little bit scuffed and things like that. As long as like the pages ain't dropping out and stuff, I really don't mind. Books with character, you know, with the book cover character where they've been read and enjoyed and read again and things like that. It gives the books, as I said, their own little character. And so fingers crossed, more than anything, that the pages ain't going to be dropping out. But first up we have, yeah, this is the second book. The second book of the Onyx Court by Marie Brennan. It's in pretty good condition. That's obviously the slip. What? Oh, it's not. It's somebody's it's somebody's shopping list. I'll tell you, it's crazy. Like some of the things that you find in these second-hand books. I think last week it was like somebody used a piece of tissue or kitchen roll or something as a bookmark, and today I find somebody's receipt, shopping receipt, what they was using as a bookmark, which is great. And somebody enjoyed a latte, regular, and some French fries and a cold drink when there was reading a book, I presume in a cafe or something. This is in 2022. So yeah, must have had a nice afternoon, you know, relaxing afternoon somewhere, having a drink and a snack and reading the book. So that's that one. And that's the back of the book. And so this is the second one in the Onyx Night Court, or Onyx Court, I think it's, sorry, Onyx Court by Marie Brennan. And it's in pretty good condition. Can't complain about that, really. So that's that one. And last but not least, we have this other one, which I presume is another Malahide book that I heard about, was intrigued about, and wanted to get to read. I know it's part of the Jack Caffrey series. I think it's book 6 or book 7, book 6 or book 7 of the series. But I've heard that you can read it as a standalone and not necessarily read all first 5 to 6 books to get to this one. I've heard it's disturbing. I've heard it's quite horrific and very, very tense and suspenseful, and so again, I don't know what condition it's going to be when I open the packaging. I think at the time of ordering it, it said it was, I think again it says very good, I think. You know, again, as long as like the pages ain't, there was some falling out and stuff. I don't really mind. But that being said, I do get annoyed at times if you're expected sometimes with second-hand books, if they've been annotated in pen. Sometimes I do find that annoying when you're trying to read and concentrate on a book that somebody's obviously previously read and enjoyed and whatever, but like continuous underlining or highlighting, and I do find that annoying at times. Thankfully it has happened a few times, but not that often. Other than that, if the pages are falling out or things like that, obviously if it's unreadable, it's unreadable. But scuff marks and smudge marks or even ripped covers, I don't mind, because I've salvaged ripped covers and that with sellotape, and they've still been okay and readable, so that's fine. So this one is Malhader Pop It, and as I said, it's just at the top, the new Jack Caffrey thriller, but I've heard that it is, or can be, read as a standalone. I'm just taking this little sticker off the front here. Apparently this was £2, must have been in a charity shop or something, I don't know. But this is off Awesome Books. I do find it annoying with these stickers. Hang on. Trying to take it off in a fashion. Okay, that'll do. That'll do. Yeah, sorry, apologies about that. Malhader Pop It. That one. What's this on the back? And there's like a little snippet at the top where it says Pop It. A small human figure used in sorcery or witchcraft. A term of endearment, especially for a pretty child, darling pet. Yeah. So this one says, the Maud is outside. It wants to come in. It wants to sit on your chest. The mentally ill patients in ambly secure uni are highly suggestible. A hallucination can spread like a virus when unexplained power cuts lead to a series of horrifying incidents. Fear spreads from the inmates to the staff. Amidst the growing hysteria, AJ, a senior psychiatric nurse, is desperate to protect his charges. Detective Inspector Jack Caffrey is looking for the corpse of a missing woman. He knows all too well how it feels to fail to find a loved one's body. When AJ seeks Caffrey's help in investigating the trouble at Amberley, each man must face a bitter truth in his own life before staring pure evil in the eye. Oh. Yes, this sounds really good. I mean, as I said, it is part of the Jack Caffrey series, but according to what I've heard and what I googled about just to find out, it can be read as a standalone. There is interconnecting storylines, what I'm explained throughout the book anyway, so that's a good thing. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to reading this. Now when I read it, I don't know, but it's one of them books I've heard about and it just intrigues me. I know it's supposed to be very atmospheric and very tense and horrific, and it's got some disturbing elements to it. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that. Again, I don't know when I'll get around to reading it. hopefully, if anything, hopefully this year. But yeah, that's that one. I have read Mel Hader in the past. I have read one of her books in the past. I just cannot for the life of me think or remember what it was. I can't remember. I know it was a standalone, but what it was, I don't know. I can't remember. And that's it for my little book haul today. There's no point in me saying like, you know, it'll be a while until I do another book haul, because, you know, you hear about books, you see book reviewers and like book hauls, what people have done, you're like, oh, that sounds really good, I don't mind reading that. And any thoughts about having a book buying ban or any seems to go out, you know, go out the window. But yeah, that's them for today. Again, I am still reading Saltwater by Elaine Thomason. I'm just over halfway through now. Very much still enjoying it. Very atmospheric, very tense, very, you know, creepy at times. But very much still enjoying it. I think once I've read Saltwater, I think I will be jumping into Blood Canticle for last, well, not as much as last Vampire Chronicles, because obviously we've got the Princess Stat books after that. But of the main core of the Chronicles, that's the last book, I think. Yeah, Blood Canticle, before we go into the Princess Stat realms. So yes, as soon as I finish Saltwater, I will be jumping into Blood Canticle. And that's it. That's it for today. So, as always, thank you for watching. Again, I hope you're doing okay and keeping well. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Stay safe. Again, my apologies about any background noise what you might hear during the video. And I'll see you all again very soon. Possibly with a Saltwater in a review and, you know, a reading update or something. But yeah, that's it for today. Bye for now. Bye bye.